Shalom, shalom. Give a little bit of time for some people to come in the room, and then we're going to get right to it. Shalom, shalom. All right, all right. Today we're going to talk about the things that I have in my BugOut bag, and the goal and the prayer is that I want to start the conversation for those who haven't been planning or doing any prep whatsoever. I want to encourage you to do so, and I want to be able to converse and dialogue a little bit about something that I may not have that you guys might find incredibly valuable that can help somebody if ever need. This is also coming from a woman's perspective. So like the stuff that I have in my bag are obviously tailored to a woman. But, it'd still be good for anybody. But there's just some extra stuff in there that women need to have. Okay, so. Okay, I'm gonna get right into it. All right. Shalom, everybody. This is Jazz from the Hananiah Project. And today we're going to be talking about what's in my BugOut bag. If this is your first time on the Hananiah Project, welcome. I'm glad to have you. And if you've been here before, thank you for stopping by again. If you guys don't mind, please like this video. It helps a lot in terms of algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And commenting on this stuff and sharing all that kind of stuff really, really, really helps. And I really want to build community. That way we can be the most effective, because I am no expert by no means whatsoever. I have my friend Basha on the line. Say shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
That's Basha Azayu. She's in the room. She's a moderator. And she's going to help me read your comments so we can have, conversation. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First thing, I'm not going to go into any particular order. I just want to show you some stuff that I have. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. Or if you feel like there's an addition, then please comment, because we in this together. The more we help each other, the better we are. Okay. So first thing, again, not in any particular order. First thing, I cannot live without this. Chapstick. Chapstick is huge. You can do so much with it. And this is like a beeswax type. So like if you know anything about chapstick and the millions of uses of chapstick, this is huge. This is really, really big on my list. Number 1, chapstick. Number 2, multi-tool. A multi-tool. Tweezers, knives, all that kind of stuff, like screwdrivers, and something that you can easily, get out, and that's durable. And the kinds that if you have, like the wire cutters on there, if you have the kinds that you can switch out, making sure you have all the stuff that you need already with you. That way, if you ever end up having to need it, it's there and in reliable condition. Hygiene type stuff. Toothbrush, and a clean toothbrush at that. That's packaged, that you can close. This is the kind which you can bend. Dollar store type stuff, like just something that you can get the funk out. And then you can use powders and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I prefer to have the oils because you only need one drop, and this goes so far. This goes super, super far. So in terms of brushing teeth, that. And, I've heard a lot of people like, toothbrush is not a big deal, but it's like, no, your health is yeah. But that kind of talk comes from the others. But anyway, another thing that, okay, this is women. This is women right here. Oh, what kind of oil is that? Let me see. This is a neem oil type of a thing. It's tooth and gum. Yeah, what is it? It's Theraneem Naturals. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so those of you who don't know what this is, I'm going to explain. The men, I apologize ahead of time, but if you are a single father and you have a daughter, then this needs to be in her bag. A menstrual cup. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but if you don't know what a menstrual cup is, then you need to get to know, because if, your time of cleanse comes around and you don't have access to be able to get that, having a reliable, reusable thing that's sanitary and clean is huge. And just to throw it out there, the Salt brand by far is the best to me. And again, if you're a father and you have a daughter, they come in 2 sizes. Just get them both. But yes, you can look online to find out more about those, because I'm not going to get into that. But I am going to do one more girl thing that just to get it out of the way. This is called a Go Girl. It basically helps you pee outside. Okay. I'm getting through this kind of stuff first, okay? But these are called Go Girls because honesty is important. We don't play games with that, okay? We are royalty. We cannot be seen somewhere in the bush with the linens to the ankles. Okay, so a Go Girl, okay? Yeah, that's a big part of modesty that people don't understand. A lot of times, people think it's all to do about like a attraction type of thing, but it also had to do with going to the bathroom, like having on like a long garment, like a skirt or a dress or something like that. Like, what I mean? If you do have to dust the dirt, if you know what I mean, that's a biblical reference to King Saul in the cave. You find yourself having to, move the dirt over. If you don't know what I'm talking about by that, then, look it up. Having on a skirt or a dress will give you some protection, so everybody is not watching, because when we had to go to the bathroom, you dig a hole, you dig a hole and then you cover it with dirt. But anyways, okay, now that we got that type of stuff, we'll keep going. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, well, no, this is not bad. Okay. Rags. You need two rags. Okay. I carry 2 rags in my bag, one face rag and one butt rag. Okay, very important that they're not the same color. Don't want to be wiping your face with your butt rag. Very, very important. Okay, moving on. Having two rags is very important, and clips too. I have clips on the I think, again, this is just the stuff that I carry. I have clips that go on the outside of my bag because they also quick dry. So, you can just click them to the whatever type of ropes that you may have on your bag. Matter of fact, while I'm talking about bags, you need to actually have a good bag that sits on your shoulders. That's the right size for you. Because if you find yourself having to walk, that's very, very, very important. And making sure that your bag is not too heavy, because if your bag is too heavy, you can't go anywhere and you'll end up abandoning a lot of your stuff, which makes it pointless anyways. And that just becomes a waste of time and money. Okay. This is another personal item, but if you ever find yourself having to go somewhere, just for emergency stuff, you don't need to be looking crazy. So I have dreadlocks. And so I have some rubber bands and and a dread hook, because, we can't be out there looking dirty, and the type of hair that we have, as a nation, we really only need some water and, just little small things. Okay, moving on. Essential oils. I have two. One for a deodorant type of thing, and also double uses always. You want to go for things that have double uses, but a body deodorant, because I don't do the chemicals, and if you are still doing the chemicals, I urge that you get off. But also for bug repellent, because that's huge. And you want it to be natural, and you don't want it to be working against you. But if you ever find yourself in a situation, where you're just trying to survive and live, stinking is not really high on that priority list. Who cares how bad you stink? We just try to make it out alive. But bugs can be a big deal. So you want to have something to protect you. So again, dual purpose. Okay, moving on. Oh, okay, I can talk about this. A forever lighter, or some sort of way to for fire. You have to have a way to make fire if if you find yourself in an overnight situation, or it gets darker, or you're cold, or you need to eat, or obviously fire. I don't think I need to talk much about that, because you can go online anywhere. Ham radio. A ham radio. You have to have a license in order to operate it. But you can still use a ham radio to do to check the weather and all that kind of stuff. If it's a natural disaster, if you do have a license, and you can connect with your family. But if you don't have a license, then you're not legally allowed to click this button and talk. But having a ham radio is, it's worth. I mean, it can make the difference. Basha just put a link in the chat. Look that up. This right here can save you, and having communication with your family or your friends or anybody, or just getting to find out what's going on. You know what I mean? It can be make or break for a lot of situations. Okay, I'm not going to talk a lot about this, but I'm going to show y'all real quick, and then y'all just going to know, okay? Okay. We watching, we looking, we know what these are. You need these and what goes with it. Okay. All right. If y'all caught that, let me know. Let me know if y'all caught that, because people are crazy. You need something. I don't care what it is, but you need something. Okay. Again, well, I can show this. Okay, so cash. Having cash on hand is huge. A lot of people could have made the whole difference if they just had cash. I mean, have everything, but also have cash and enough cash for like whatever you need to cover. You know what I mean? Like, I always try. Never mind. I'm not going to say that line. But you always want to keep some money to keep from having to do something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? Or like, or having to trade something that you don't want to trade. You know what I mean? Because it just, things matter. All right. If you find yourself with people, then having some sort of, some sort of game is awesome too. But okay, moving on. Again, this is just the stuff that I carry in my BugOut bag. If you guys at the end when I'm finished showing some stuff, and there's something that I don't have, or you have, or you like to share, then please do so. Please do so in the comments. Okay. So I have a balm, and this is it's like a numbing thing. It's a medicine. Like if I was walking or something and I got hurt, or like I had some sort of muscle pain or something like that, or like I got like a toothache or something like that, or I was having some sort of swelling, or like something was like I got stuck with something and it were to get infected. I have a balm for that. And then I also have these little hold on. Sorry about that. This is what are these? They're like little pellets looking things. But anyways, this is for allergies, because I have allergies sometimes in different environments. Different type of stuff bother me, or my daughter, she's allergic to bug bites, like mosquitoes and stuff like that. So I have to have this kind of stuff in the bag, because I don't believe in, the traditional medicine that's all full of poisons. These are all natural, and this stuff works better and faster than Benadryl. It has the active ingredient that they use. Everything else in Benadryl is poison, but that's the active ingredient right there. So it's basically, Benadryl on crack. But anyways, tea. I love teas. And if I don't have a lot of food, just having something to, if I don't have a lot of food or a lot of water, or if I'm filtering my water, or I'm doing the boil method with my water, sometimes it tastes disgusting. So being able to put some tea in there can go a super long way. I also have masks. I have some masks. That way, if, here in California, we have like a lot of fires and stuff like that. So like if it's something like that, or like dust or whatever, having a face mask, and I have more than one too, just in case I'm ever, if I'm not alone, but having something to protect your body, your lungs and stuff like that. Okay, moving on. Huge. Water filtration. Some sort of water filtration system. This right here, I found to be the best one, and the longest lasting at that. And it has the fastest flow. Anybody have used water purifying things before? Like, it can be awful. But this right here, when you fill this up, you can drink it just like a water bottle. Here, let me show you. This is just a filter, and you just put the water inside of here, and it's water filtration. You don't have to boil it and all that kind of stuff. You can just put it in there and go for it. It's like having a Berkey like along with you. If you don't know what a Berkey is, then that's something that you need to look up. Okay, cooking stuff. Again, this is just stuff that I have in my bag, but there's so many options out there. I would urge you to, do your homework. to do your homework on that. Sorry about all the plastic sounds and all the clicking, because I keep this stuff all in plastic bags or vacuum sealed. That way, if I ever, if things got wet, the stuff won't be ruined. But anyways, okay, so this is an alcohol burner. It's actually you can use two different types of fuel with this one, but this is an alcohol burner, and you can use this with a pot, and it's a foldable handle pot that sits on here. That way I can boil water if I need to, if I'm just like making a meal or something. And I made the pot big enough to where I can feed more than, if I'm making multiple things, then like there's enough to hold us until then it's warmed up. And then the fuel that goes with this, which is just alcohol, which is, lightweight, and it burns clean as well. And that's something else you can get from the dollar store. But that alcohol burner, I got that for like $5, super cheap. All this stuff is like some of the cheapest stuff you can get. Okay, moving on. Well, I don't have to show everything individually, but I'll just show this because I don't want this video to be too long. First aid kit type stuff. I got the Band-Aids for us Hebrews. They actually match our skin a little bit better than the white ones. That doesn't matter at all, but anyways, first aid kit. Just essentials. Just essentials. Wet wipes. I don't need to go into that. I think we know. Heat. If y'all don't know about this, then I don't know what to tell you, but a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these little heat things. I hate being cold, and like my hands are my hands being cold are just like it's over, or my feet. So like I have a bunch of these that I could put in my pockets, like in my jacket, whatever, and they last so long. So I have a whole bunch of these. How long does this one last? Like this one lasts for 10 hours, and there's some body ones that last for 18 hours. So, these are huge. They go a super long ways. Also, here's a secondary, you always want to be able to, start a fire. Now, this is something that is optional, but I have some glow sticks. I have the safety light sticks. There's so many uses for this, but if you ever found yourself needing to be located and it's dark and your batteries is out or whatever and people are looking for you, having something that people can see is great. Or just you can be using it as a light, or you can like put it in the water and let people, like if there's a river nearby, it can stream down. That way people can know that there's a person further up. But there's a lot of things you can do with that. But anyways, moving on. Okay, now this is huge. A lot of people don't talk about this. I'm kind of shocked about that. But I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but it's called Exficio. Exficio is the brand name, but it's underwear. And it's underwear that dries super fast, and they dry in like an hour. And you only need 2, and they last like for years. Like this is the kind of stuff that people take with them when they go on like these year trips around the world. They only take 2 pairs of underwear, and it's Exficio. Like they're not cotton, so they're not moisture. They don't like carry moisture, and they keep back. They don't like harbor bacteria and all that kind of stuff. Like this is important. This is huge. What you have on your butt makes a difference. But I think y'all get that. But with that same idea, think about socks too. In my bag, I have a wool hiking sock, because if you're hiking and you're going for a long distance, your socks can also make or break. But I will show you. I'll show this. I'll show this. This stuff right here, if you find yourself if you find yourself wearing cotton socks and suffering for it, then there's these little, they're like little things that go over your toes or over the back part of your oh, here they go. They're called Moleskin. I don't know if you guys can see that, but your feet, I don't know, those of you guys who have never been hiking or stuff like that, it's like starting to develop a blister, or, after, or any type of skin irritant, it can turn into a nightmare quick. And, y'all forbid that your feet are wet, because then you can get infections and stuff like that. So you just want to keep your feet healthy. That's just so important. Also, those of you with children, where's the other shoe? I guess that's not important. I'll just show you this one. Those of you with children, depending on how long, but it doesn't even matter. Shoes for your children that grow in size. This right here, what are these called? They're called Grow 5. These shoes right here grow 5 sizes. So I keep these in my bag, and I don't have to worry that until she grows 5 sizes bigger, then she'll still be able to wear it. I'm going to show you how this works. This latch right here comes out, and like they get longer and longer and longer until your 5 sizes is maxed. But if you have small children, you're not going to be carrying them, and so you have to make sure that their feet are protected. Super, super huge, because you know what it's like when you growing a lot and your shoes don't fit. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Okay. They're called buffs, but they're like their head things. They're like this, but they can go over your whole face. They can go over just your ears. They can become a headband, but there's multi uses. But you know what I mean? If you're in a situation where, you're trying to survive, if you're a woman and you praying and all that kind of stuff, having something covered, you know what I mean? Like that could be mad beneficial. So all the benefits. And it's warm. Very, very, very useful. Okay, what else? Okay, so this is just me, but some sort of nonverbal communication that would take place like with time. So like, for example, I'm not saying that this would have to be if I was going on like a super long journey. Okay. If I was going a super long journey, along my journey, I would plant flower seeds. That way, if I ever were to get lost or somebody was ever trying to find me, then they would know they were on track because they would see flowers along my trail. And it's a natural thing. You're not disturbing anything. And those of you who know anything about venturing and going out, then you know that you want to be near water. So you should be able to put a seed in the ground and it grow. Or food too at that. You need to be growing food. But yeah, so just like lettuces and flowers and stuff that grow really easy and in abundance, because I think y'all get it. Okay, moving on. I'm completely destroying the order of my BugOut bag. Let's see.
Could I add to on the seat?
On the what? Yeah, go ahead.
On the seat. Yeah. So when Jazz was talking about planting flowers or food, would you also consider maybe herb that has a smell. So even if they can't see it, it's at night, like onions, wild onions, or
For sure.
something like that.
For sure. Okay. Seasoning. Seasoning, super huge. I have this little thing where you can put multiple seasonings in there, which, I just made like a little a mixture of the seasonings that I like on my food normally, and I have put it in with my fishing gear. Fishing gear is on the list too. Fishing gear. It's like some sort of string and a hook and some sort of bait, all that kind of stuff. So seasoning, super, super huge. I mean, if you're just trying to, get through a natural disaster, or you're just, on a journey, you can eat nasty food because as long as you're eating, but like, why? Because seasoning is not that heavy. Okay. I don't have one of these, but I do want to add this. I need to get one. Emergency blanket, or they're like little tarps. They're emergency blankets, and they like keep the heat in. You can use them as tarps. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do with it. Where's my time at? 31 minutes. Oh, what? I gotta get off. I said I was only gonna do 30 minutes. What else? What else is worth to mention? A headlamp. There's so many different headlamps. I have like a little cheap one that I got for $1 at Walmart, but I would urge you not to get those. Go ahead and get a good one. Like, they can be a little bit pricey, which is why I haven't gotten one yet. But a headlamp can do you very well, because sometimes having a flashlight is a waste of a hand when you can just have it, up there when you're walking. And if you're, in the dark and you're trying to get through, like having both your hands are important. And like, yeah, forbid you're not in any type of trouble, but you'll have something in your hand, if you know what I mean. So you need to be able to get down with the get down if it calls for it. Okay, well, my time is up. I don't ever want my videos to be too long. I don't ever want to waste nobody's time, and I just want to come in here and you know what I mean, share, and hopefully there's some value in that. And I always want to ask the community if there's something out there that I don't have that you guys think that I should have, or that anybody should have in your bag. I guess I'll leave an opportunity. Anybody who wants to comment, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Does anybody else out there have a bug out bag? Nobody. Not yet. MRE. Oh yes. I thought I mentioned foods, but yes, if you don't have little, some sort of food already on your person, that's huge. That can be literally life or death. It can save a lot. It can save a lot. But yes. Okay. I hope. I have a few, one for each family member. Oh, good. Yeah. You need to have a couple of them. There's a bunch of calorie counts type stuff. And I would urge people to look into that type of stuff, because that stuff is real and that matters, especially when you're doing a lot of walking. You want to be able to have the necessary amount of, life sustaining nutrients, because you're not just doing it everyday type of thing. Like, you can be completely exhausted. Like, you need to eat is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not going to show you the food that I have, because it doesn't matter what I have. It's, you have to get what you need for you. So, it can be bars. You can make your own bars. It can be like different, it can be, anybody have anything you want to add? Anybody? Basha, do you have anything you want to add?
I can read a few comments.
Okay.
Delore Yeah, sorority trial says make sure to test out and become familiar with the function of your equipment.
Oh, yes, for sure. Practice. Uh-huh.
Oftentimes that adrenaline will get going, and, you know, in the moment, that muscle memory needs to kick in. You can't have muscle memory unless you've been practicing.
Yep. You need to be able to maneuver your equipment, and you need to test it in different environments too. I've seen a lot of people struggle with fire because people think that, you know, making fire is just making fire anywhere. And that's just not the case. Like different type of wood, your wood could be wet. You know what I mean? Like you could have, what you call it? The soil can be, you know, weird to where it's kind of hard to get your fire going. Like the air outside, you know, if you don't know what a Dakota fire is, that's something you need to learn how to do too, depending on, you know, your situation. A Dakota fire, in short, is basically just a fire that burns clean. So where you're not giving a smoke signal, giving away your location. I mean, like I can nerd into that and I can talk all day, but I'm just not. So I'll save y'all from that. I digress. Somebody said a solar charger. Yeah, having a solar charger is huge. I actually have that, like a battery pack is huge, super huge. Having, you know, something to charge your stuff if need be, you know, depending on your situation.
Weatherproof matches are really good just in case.
Yeah.
They can get rained on, you can stomp on them, you can throw dirt on them, and they keep burning. So I think that's a good investment.
Yep. Those are great. They actually have a lot of they have like, it's like a little rope stuff that it can be completely submerged in water and stuff like that, and it'll still catch fire. Like it's amazing. I mean, I would do my due diligence and really research, because there's some stuff out there that can be the difference, you know. Now, I'm not a doom and gloom type of person, but I do believe in preparedness because it's a biblical practice. You know, our storehouses need to be right, and we need to be ready to move if Yah tells us to, you know, and we have to always be ready to, you know, protect our families or assist in any way that it calls, in any way it calls for our services. So, you know, that's what this is all about, you know, because sometimes the community, you know, can't be with you, but we can be preparing together as a community. That way, if one of us finds themselves out there, they can be strong. But okay, well, if nobody has anything to add to that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is the Hananiah Project. My name is Jasmine. Thank you, Basha, for tuning in. Thank you, A. Hananiah, for tuning in, popping up the links. If you'd like to support the Hananiah Project, please do so. It'd be greatly appreciated. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be well. Prepare. You know, do your best. Trivia night on Fridays. I try to do them between 6 and 7 my time. So if you guys been enjoying that and you like to tune in and you're wondering, you know, what times are they going to be? It's going to be between 6 and 7 Pacific time. So yes, also we're also thinking about doing a young couples night that we do over Zoom that won't necessarily be live. So if you're not old, and if you're not old, and now I'm going to put a number out. So if I'm offending anybody, I apologize. I don't mean that you're old, but if you're married and you're over 40, this is not the group for you. So just young people who want to be encouraged in their marriage in this walk, who just want to have some fun and learn some biblical principles about, you know, partnership and marriage, and, you know, you just have a good time. I'm actually pretty fun, and I think people would enjoy themselves on my couples night. So if you'd be interested in that, please visit the Hananiah Project website chat room and let me know. let me know and I will put that together. If I get like 8 couples, around like 8 couples, then I'll do it. If I don't get that, then I'm just going to take a hint. All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom. We'll love everybody.